Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I love this community that we have here together because truly, you people are my friends and family. In fact, most of my closest friends are all people that I actually met here through YouTube, from E2 to Clarence and Daniel Hernandez and Jet and Q and Mike J. So many. Miss Jackie. You listen. I could go on all night talking about that. But I come to you tonight with a heavy heart. Lauren Burnett from JMU, 20-year-old softball player, catcher, who was just named Player of the Week, died unexpectedly yesterday. 20 years old. I always say to you guys, make sure you tell somebody you love that you love them tonight, because you might not get the chance. Life is too short and too precious. You just don't know. And we've seen so many people that have left us. Closer to home for us, Roscoe. Roscoe, who was about 16 or 17 years old. We think, because Mike had him for about 12 years, and he was old. He was not a spring dog when he got him. Unfortunately, he had all kinds of old age issues, problems with his liver, and he couldn't eat anymore, and he was losing weight like crazy, and he passed today. I almost wonder, because you guys will know that February 22nd, 2/22/22, was when Simba went. When you have married couples, older couples, that one dies and it seems like the other one dies right after? I almost wonder if Simba and Roscoe, the friendship that they had, that when Simba went, that a piece of Roscoe went with him as well. Because, see, people are meant to have companionship. So, it's going to be strange because won't see either of them anymore. It's crazy because I'm got used to Simba always coming to the top of the steps here, looking and saying, okay, he's down there. Or, when I'm on the camera, Simba would come sit in my lap because he'd want to get seen. And of course, Roscoe, he's always looking for anything that you might drop on the floor. And it's funny because Simba was always the alpha dog that when somebody came, he would be barking like crazy. And Roscoe would get up, of course, and bark with them. And once Simba went, Roscoe didn't bark at nobody anymore. People would come to the door and he wouldn't even get up and go to the door anymore. So that's where I think maybe his partner and one of his reasons for living kind of went, and he kind of went downhill too. Anyway, 24 hours from now, we'll know who the Dallas Cowboys have drafted in the first round. There's all kinds of speculation out there of what the Cowboys might do, might trade up. We've heard, Mike Fisher had reported earlier that the Cowboys were desperate to move up. I'm not so sure that that's the best thing to do, although Jerry mentioned that they haven't taken risks lately. Cowboys haven't moved up in the first round since Morris Claiborne, when they took their first and their second, and they got burned on that one. Morris Claiborne never lived up to the hype of being the best defensive player in the draft. I don't think that was before they had Will McClay doing all due diligence. What we're hearing from Jane Slater, she's saying that the Cowboys, if they see certain players sliding, because the Cowboys look and they basically say there's about 14 or 15 guys that they actually determine to say they are truly first round talented guys. And after that, it's kind of a mismatch. And if some of these guys that they really deem ones that they look at and say are a difference maker, a guy that you look for and say, this is a 10-year player for us, this is a Tyron Smith, or in things that maybe they would move up for. Now, unless there is a CeeDee Lamb or a Micah Parsons probably dropping, you probably won't see them do a move like that. But what they did say was, keep an eye out if offensive tackle from Charles Cross from Mississippi State, if he starts to fall into the middle rounds, middle of the, like 15, 16, somewhere in there, if he starts to fall, that maybe the Cowboys might move up some and try and get him. That's a possibility. That they definitely like him. They look at him and they say, Charles Cross is a road grader and would be truly a difference maker. I wouldn't be mad about that if they went up and they got themselves a lights out offensive lineman. They are also talking about Trevor Perry. Trevor Perry is kind of a freak. He's a road grader too, from Northern Iowa. Again, both of these guys are tackles. My theory, or my philosophy is this. We need a guard, but the Cowboys, for whatever reason, instead of getting the guard and taking the top prospected guard, they'd rather go ahead and trade up and try and take, one of the top tackles. I get what you're going here. Maybe you're looking and saying, maybe this is the guy that's going to replace Tyron Smith, but, I get it. I may not agree with it, but I get it. I would rather go ahead and stay and say, let's get the best guard, because at 24, we could probably get the best guard prospect, or at worst, the second best, without having to trade up. Now, maybe they're looking and saying, well, we got all these fifth-round picks. Maybe we can use a fifth and the third, and we can move up and get a guy that we feel is definitely lights out. Okay, I get that. The one that would piss me off is we're hearing that Drake London, wide receiver whose season ended early because he fractured his foot, who they say should be ready. That was weird. I could hear that wind from, it sounded like a mile away. It's like a train coming through. It's like, what do I hear? So it was strange. It wasn't that loud when it got here, but it was kind of like you could hear it coming. Okay, sorry. Didn't mean to lose my thought there. Drake London he'll be a great wide receiver. But if we have to trade up and give up, like, say, a first and a second to trade up to get him, I will pull a Rashid. What? Why do we draft a wide receiver? Or I pull a Philly 500. I'd fire his ass. Freaking mother hopper. Stupid mother hopper. What an idiot. What an idiot. Literally, I would. And I think I'm running out of gas here. So I need to wrap this up. That's one that would not make any sense to me, to trade up for a wide receiver. Sorry. Just not going to do it. The Cowboys need to get the offensive line and the defensive line together. I know they're not going to try and go ahead and get Jordan Davis, not unless he happens to fall all the way to 24. But I'm telling you, that's the kind of guy that's a difference maker. If they have to trade up and they get an outstanding lineman, I'm okay. But if they trade up for a wide receiver, I'm sorry. They're just stupid. Okay? It's just plain stupid. I don't feel like going up or changing the gas right now. I just don't. We'll just finish the fireside chat here with the lighter. And anyway, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow is the day, the draft. I'll be picking up David Wiley so we can get cooking, get ready. Hope you guys tune in and be part of the show. I know my man Tony is going to be watching with some of his buddies while they're playing Texas Hold'em. I bet you'll be smoking a cigar too. It's finally here. All right, good people. You know I say it every night, and I mean it. Tell someone you love them. You might not get the chance again. And God willing, I'll be here in the morning. Love you guys.